Somebody had asked about the beast. The beast. Not as in beast mode. Ah! Not as in shut up. But the beast to do with the end of times and so on. That this beast that will emerge. Now the question is, what is this beast? And they've said, is this beast this kind of animal that's going to get up? It's called in Arabic Dabba. Okay, this Dabba is gonna. Dabba just means like a creature. This creature will emerge that will go around, and there's all these kind of hadith about this Dabba. So speaking about the Dabba, there's a verse in the Quran referring to this. So let's go to that. This is the dawn of the 20th century, people. The legend, the Grand Mufti of the Malikiya and the Shaykh al-Islam of the 20th century, Ibn Aashour, the Maliki legend, one of my indirect teachers who my chains of knowledge go through. Allah, Allah, ha In some things you should have pride. What do you think? What do you think, people? Now, so when we're looking at this in Surah An-Naml, in verse, this is follows on from verse 80, 81, 82, these kind of verses. And it begins with the famous verse that all of you have heard, that إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى. Alright? إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى وَلَا تُسْمِعُ السُّمَّ الدُّعَاءِ إِذَا وَلَّوْا مُدْبِرِينَ. That إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى, that you will not cause the dead to hear. Allah is addressing the Prophet. He says, you will not cause the dead to hear. وَلَا تُسْمِعُ السُّمَّ الدُّعَاءِ إِذَا وَلَّوْا مُدْبِرِينَ. And you will not cause the deaf to hear. Deaf here is a metaphor for those people who are like deafened by their arrogance to listen. إِذَا وَلَّوْا مُدْبِرِينَ, if they turn their backs on you and walk away. Meaning that you would not be able to make them listen to the truth. That you can only, إِنَّمَا عَلَيْكَ الْبَلَاغِ, that you will only tell them what the truth is. It's up to them to embrace it or not. Following this verse, Allah then says, وَمَا أَنْتَ بِهَادِ الْعُمْيِ عَنْ ضَلَالَتِهِمْ. And you are not the one to guide the blind. Okay, once again, speaking about those who are blind to the truth. Okay, as Allah says, لَكِنْ تَعْمَلْ, that it's not the eyes. لَكِنْ تَعْمَلْ قُلُوب, it's their hearts that are blind to the truth. You are not somebody that can guide the blind from their misguidance. وَمَا أَنْتَ بِهَادِ الْعُمْيِ عَنْ ضَلَالَتِهِمْ إِن تُسْمِعُ إِلَّا مَنْ يُؤْمِنُ بِآيَاتِنَا فَهُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. That you will only be able to make those here who listen to our verses, our signs, وَهُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ, and they submit to this truth. Now, following this, in verse 82, Allah begins by speaking about what? About the dead. إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى. You will not, that the dead, you cannot do anything about them. They are dead. And these who are so arrogant, you can't do anything about them. Here then in verse 82, Allah goes back to the topic of the dead and the afterlife. وَإِذَا وَقَعَ الْقَوْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَخْرَجْنَا لَهُمْ دَابَّةً مِنَ الْأَرْضِ تُكَلِّمُهُمْ أَنَّ النَّاسَ كَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا لَا يُوقِنُونَ. Okay. When the command has been established, the matter has been resolved, when it has happened, this is what Allah is saying. وَإِذَا وَقَعَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقَوْلُ, that وَإِذَا وَقَعَ الْقَوْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ, that this matter has now been resolved. When is Allah talking about? When is everything resolved? It's in the afterlife. أخرجنا لهم دابة. We at that stage will bring forth for them a creature. This creature تكلمهم أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون. This creature will strangely address them that they used to disbelieve in these signs. That Allah will give life to this inanimate creature to show them this is how we bring the dead to life. Ibn Aashour says that this is speaking about the akhirah, this beast. He says, وَهَذَا انتقال إلى التذكير بالقيامة وَمَا ادُّخِرَ لَهُم مِّنَ الْوَعِيدِ. This now moves on to a remembrance of the day of judgment and what has been held for them as a kind of intimidation. So he says, فَهَذِهِ الْجُمْلَةِ مَعْطُوفَ عَلَى الْجُمْلِ قَبْلَهَا. So he says this is attached to the sentence before it, إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى. Now, then he goes on to say here, he says, وَإِخْرَاجُ الدَّابَّةِ مِنَ الْأَرْضِ لِيُرِيَهُمْ كَيْفَ يُحْيِي اللَّهُ الْمَوْتَى إِذْ كَانُوا قَدْ أَنْكَرُوا الْبَعْثِ وَلَا شَكَّ أَنَّ كَلَامَهَا. He says this is because they used to deny the afterlife. And there is no doubt that the speech of this beast to them, خِطَابٌ لَهُمْ, is an address بِحُلُولِ الْحَشَرِ. It is upon the occurrence of the day of judgment, Yawm al-Hashr, the day Allah gathers everybody. This is what he says, and then he mentions وَقَدْ رُوِيَتْ فِي وَصْفِ هَذِهِ الدَّابَّةِ وَوَقْتِ خُرُوجِهَا وَمَكَانِهِ أَخْبَارٌ مُضْطَرِبَةٌ ضَعِيفَةُ الْأَسَانِيدِ. He says there are many narrations that are speaking about this creature coming, when it will come, how it will come at the end of time, how it will come on this earth. He says all of them are muttarib. They all are clashing, unreliable narrations. ضَعِيفَةُ الْأَسَانِيدِ. ضَعِيفَةُ الْأَسَانِيدِ. These are weak narrations. فَانظُرْهَا. He says, you can see in the Tafsir of Qurtubi, وَغَيْرِ إِذْ لَا طَائِلَ فِي جَلْبِهَا وَنَقْدِهَا. There isn't even any benefit in bringing them and criticizing them. That's how unreliable they are. So that is the legend explaining to you that is the legend explaining to you, Ibn Aashour, that this Dabbatul Ard is a creature. تُكَلِّمُهُمْ will come في يوم الحشر, on the day of judgment, as the Quran addresses it. It is not speaking about this in this dunya, okay? So that some people may like to believe that it's going to happen in this dunya. That's their choice, it's their belief. Although the Quran seems to address this as though it's speaking about the afterlife. And that is what Ibn Aashour, the legend, the Shaykh al-Islam of the 20th century and the Grand Mufti of the Malikiya addresses, and that's what I'm in line with.